Some people walk into a room and nothing shifts. Others walk in and the air itself tightens. That difference is not confidence, looks, or status. It is inner control. A rude person senses immediately who has it and who does not. They do not challenge strength for fun. They probe for weakness. They test emotional balance the way predators test a fence. If it shakes, they push harder. Most people fail this test without realizing it. The moment disrespect appears, something inside them reacts automatically. Their chest tightens, their thoughts race, their ego scrambles for a response. In that instant, they hand control to the very person who disrespected them. Stoicism exists to prevent this surrender. It teaches you how to stay sovereign when provoked. A rude person does not want conversation. They want movement inside you. They want proof that their words reached your nervous system. They want validation of their power. When you respond emotionally, even intelligently, you confirm their influence. The Stoic understands that the real battlefield is invisible. It is not between mouths. It is between impulses and restraint. The highest form of power is not dominance over others. It is dominance over self. Anyone can shout back. Anyone can insult with clever words. Anyone can defend themselves desperately. Very few can remain still when attacked. Stillness is rare because it requires mastery. And rarity always commands respect. The Stoic trains for this exact moment. When disrespect arrives, they do not rush. They do not tense. They do not mentally rehearse insults. They pause internally. They observe. They let the emotional wave rise without riding it. This is not suppression. It is discipline. The difference is everything. When you do not react immediately, something subtle happens. The rude person loses momentum. Their energy has nowhere to land. They expected friction. They meet emptiness. Silence stretches, and in that stretch, power shifts. Silence used intentionally is not absence. It is control refusing to be rushed. Most people fear silence because silence exposes them. It leaves them alone with their own behavior. That is why rude people rush to fill it. They speak more. They escalate. They reveal themselves further. A Stoic allows this, not out of cruelty but out of clarity. Let people show you who they are without interruption. Silence communicates something words cannot. It says you are not shaken. It says you are not hungry for approval. It says you do not need to win this exchange to feel whole. This unsettles people who rely on emotional leverage. They begin to feel small without being attacked. They begin to hear themselves. When the Stoic finally speaks, the tone is measured, calm, deliberate, never rushed, never sharp. Rudeness feeds on symmetry. It wants equal aggression. It wants mirrored hostility. Calm speech breaks the pattern. It creates contrast. And contrast exposes imbalance. A low, steady voice forces attention. Fewer words force weight. When you speak slowly, the other person must slow down to hear you. That alone shifts control. Rude people thrive on speed and pressure. Calmness drains both. You are not trying to overpower them. You are letting their lack of control stand next to your discipline. Most conflicts escalate because someone feels unheard or challenged. Stoic speech removes both triggers. It is not defensive. It is not provocative. It is precise. Precision terrifies unstable minds because it leaves no room for emotional maneuvering. They cannot accuse you of tone. They cannot twist your intent. They are left with their behavior. At the core of Stoic resilience is a ruthless separation between opinion and reality. Most insults hurt because we treat opinions like verdicts. We allow someone else's frustration to rewrite our self-image. Stoicism cuts this illusion sharply. A rude comment is not truth. It is a projection. It belongs entirely to the speaker. When this understanding becomes internal, insults lose their emotional charge. You hear the words without absorbing them. They pass through you instead of lodging inside you. You stop reacting to noise and start responding only to substance. This is emotional maturity, not detachment from humanity. A Stoic does not deny feelings. They refuse to be ruled by them. There is a difference. Feelings arise naturally. Obedience is optional. When you stop obeying every emotional impulse, you reclaim enormous energy. Energy that most people waste defending their ego. The ego is fragile. It demands constant reassurance. Rude people instinctively attack it because it reacts loudly. The Stoic starves the ego of attention, not by hating it, but by refusing to let it lead. When ego steps aside, clarity enters. Clarity allows boundaries to exist without aggression. Stoicism does not teach tolerance of disrespect. It teaches intelligent resistance. When a boundary is crossed, the Stoic responds without heat. No anger, no insult, no justification. Just truth stated once cleanly. Anger weakens boundaries because anger seeks reaction. Clarity strengthens them because clarity seeks resolution. When you state what you will and will not accept calmly, the other person understands the cost immediately. There is no drama to exploit, no emotion to provoke further. The door is either open or closed. The power lies not in the sentence itself, but in what follows: silence. Silence after a boundary is final. Speaking further turns firmness into negotiation. Negotiation invites manipulation. The Stoic does not negotiate their dignity. This calm firmness exposes rude people. They are prepared for shouting matches or submissive silence. They are not prepared for quiet authority. Authority that does not explain itself. Authority that does not seek validation. Authority that stands without aggression. Here is the truth most people miss. Rudeness is rarely about you. It is about control. It is an attempt to dominate the emotional environment. When you remain emotionally independent, the attempt fails. The rude person feels exposed because their strategy no longer works. Exposure creates discomfort. Discomfort leads to retreat, not always immediately, but inevitably. People stop testing those who do not react, not because they fear punishment, but because there is no reward. Emotional predators move toward easier targets. Stoicism teaches you to become emotionally unrewarding, to disrespect, calm, centered, unavailable to chaos. This is why Stoics appear intimidating without trying. There is nothing to grab onto. Many people believe strength is proven through confrontation. Stoicism teaches that true strength is proven through restraint. The ability to walk away internally before you walk away physically. The ability to remain whole in environments designed to fracture you. A calm mind is not passive ground. It is high ground. From there you see patterns others miss. You recognize provocation before it escalates. You choose battles consciously instead of being dragged into them. You protect your energy like a finite resource because it is. When you stop trying to win every exchange, something profound happens. You start winning by default. Not in arguments, but in life. You are no longer exhausted by every interaction. You are no longer replaying conversations in your head. You sleep better. You move cleaner. Your presence sharpens. Over time, people sense this. They feel it before they understand it. Conversations around you change. Tone adjusts automatically. Disrespect decreases without confrontation, not because you demand respect, but because your energy enforces it silently. This is the paradox of Stoic power. The less you chase control, the more you possess it. The less you defend your ego, the stronger your presence becomes. The less you react, the more others hesitate. Stoicism does not make you cold. It makes you selective. You still feel. You still care. But you choose where your energy goes. You do not donate it to every careless mouth. Disrespect will always exist. The world is full of untrained minds and unmanaged emotions. Stoicism does not promise comfort. It promises sovereignty. It gives you the tools to remain intact in hostile environments. The person who cannot be provoked cannot be controlled. The person who cannot be controlled stands free. That freedom is visible. It speaks without words. It silences rudeness not through force, but through absence of participation. So when disrespect appears, do not rush. Do not harden your face or sharpen your tongue. Breathe, observe, choose, let your composure speak first. Let your words arrive last, or not at all. Because the ultimate victory is not making someone else speechless. It is remaining whole while they lose control. And that is Stoic dominance.